All right, today we are diving deep with a technical explainer on Edge AI's Deep Search. This is some really cool tech that's designed to completely overhaul how we find information at work. So let's get right into it.
You know the feeling, right? We've all been there. You're digging through countless emails, Slack messages, documents, Jira tickets, just trying to find that one critical piece of info. It's like looking for a needle in a digital haystack, and honestly, it just kills our productivity.
But what if your search tool did more than just spit out a long list of links? What if it actually understood what you were asking and gave you a direct synthesized answer, complete with sources? Well, that's exactly the promise of Edge AI, and it's all possible because of a completely new kind of search architecture.
So how do they actually pull this off? Well, it really all comes down to an architecture that was built from the ground up to tackle the biggest problems in enterprise search. Things like speed, accuracy, and actually understanding context.
The second you hit enter on a search, you're not just kicking off one simple search. Nope. You're actually deploying a whole team of specialized AI agents that all work in parallel. One agent is figuring out your intent, another is pulling out keywords, a third is understanding the semantics, and they're doing it all at the same time. This multi-agent system is really the secret sauce to getting super relevant results, and getting them fast.
Okay, let's pull back the curtain for a second and see what's really going on under the hood, right in that split second after you ask a question. It's this really elegant and powerful three-stage process. First up, the system has to understand what you're actually asking. That's where those parallel AI agents come in, analyzing your query from every possible angle. Then, it moves to retrieve the data, and it does this using a really clever trick called hybrid search. And finally, and this is key, it doesn't just dump all the results on you, it synthesizes them. It ranks everything, merges it all together, and generates a clear, easy-to-read answer in natural language, with citations.
So let's double-click on that term for a second. Hybrid search. You've got your traditional keyword search, which is awesome at finding exact word matches. Then you have modern semantic search, which is incredible at finding documents that are conceptually related, even if the words are totally different. Edge AI does both at the same time and then intelligently fuses the results. So you get what you literally typed and what you actually meant. It's the best of both worlds.
With any search system, you always run into this classic trade-off: speed versus comprehensiveness, right? Do you want it fast or do you want it all? Well, Edge AI's architecture has a brilliant solution for this dilemma with a dual-mode system.
Think about it. Most of the time, you're probably looking for something from the last few months. That's what Recent Mode is perfect for. It zips through an internal, highly optimized index and gets you answers in less than a second. But what about that one crucial document from 3 years ago? Simple. You just flip over to Anytime mode. This mode combines that fast index search with live API calls to all your connected apps, making sure no stone is left unturned. It takes just a few seconds to search your entire history. It's a system that just gives you the right tool for the job.
And this is a huge differentiator. You know how some systems make you wait for ages? We're talking days or even weeks while they try to index your company's entire data history? The on-demand approach that Edge AI uses for Anytime mode means you can connect an app and start searching its entire history, like right now. It queries the app's live API for the old stuff while it builds its fast index for recent data in the background. You get immediate value straight out of the box.
Okay, so we've covered how Edge AI is great at finding stuff, but what about answering really complex analytical questions? This brings us to the platform's most powerful feature, Deep Search.
The best way to think about Deep Search isn't as just another mode, but more like a turbo button for your search. This is what you hit when you've got one of those really gnarly multi-part questions that needs genuine analysis. It's an optional booster that just completely changes the game.
Just look at this query. A standard search engine would see these keywords and probably find you some old reports, or maybe a few emails that mention opportunities. But it couldn't give you a live sorted list. It just doesn't understand the structure of the data or what you're really trying to do. And this is where the magic happens. Deep Search gets that you're asking an analytical question for Salesforce. It literally translates your plain English request into the specific database query language Salesforce uses, in this case, SOQL. Then it runs that query directly against your live Salesforce data, pulling back the exact, structured information you asked for. It's pretty incredible. So, when you boil it down, Deep Search really has two superpowers. The first is that amazing ability to be a universal translator, turning your natural language into precise database queries for apps like Jira or Salesforce. And second, when you have those broad queries that bring back a ton of results, it uses a large language model to do one last super intelligent re-ranking just to make sure the absolute most important stuff floats right to the top.
So when you put all these pieces together, the multi-agent system, hybrid search, the dual modes, and deep search, what do you get? Well, you get a fundamental shift away from just finding things to truly understanding and analyzing them.
So let's just quickly recap the big ideas here. First, that on-demand model gets you value right away, no waiting around. Hybrid search gives you that perfect blend of speed and deep semantic accuracy. For those really tough questions, AI-powered re-ranking makes sure you see what's most relevant. And finally, that incredible natural language to database power of deep search, well, that unlocks a level of analytical power that just wasn't possible before.
At the end of the day, this technology isn't just about finding documents a little bit faster. It's about giving everyone in your organization the power to ask deeper questions and get immediate data-driven answers. So it really leaves you with one big question. What could your team actually achieve with a search tool that truly gets it?